Welcome to my channel. I'm here today with 2 new orchids. Today's topic is if you bought a new orchid. How to care for this new orchid. And first, what should we do with the newly purchased orchid? I gathered you under 6 headings with all the details. Let's pass our first item immediately. If you bought a new orchid or received as gift, first you have to do, never take it out of your bag as soon as it comes. Leave it in the bag to adapt to room temperature at night. If you don't keep the orchid overnight, not getting used to room temperature, buds are affected by heat change, yellowing and spilling. This is a very common problem, especially since orchids come out of the greenhouse. This problem can happen, and after waiting for one night, remove the bag immediately and check your orchid. Second important substance in the soil of your orchid. In its leaves, leaf top and bottom, and necessarily do insect control in your flowers, usually in newly purchased orchids. Flowery lice or tear disease. In the flower parts, or can be on and under the leaf. Check them and you need to position your orchid accordingly, especially in orchids, because of the insects under the leaf and on the leaf. Unfortunately, yellowing in the buds or common flowers, we can encounter incoming spills as seen. I immediately took my second orchid out of its bag, and as you see, this is actually a newly bought orchid bud. Second branch removed, 1 and branch cut off. This is a good thing for us because it's not a very new orchid. And you see the buds, it's beautiful and healthy. Now especially if you just bought our orchids. Surely leaves. You need to disinfect the branches. I do this by putting some water in a bowl, and I squeeze some lemon on it. And with the baby wipes, immerse in water, you need to wipe the orchid leaves, especially from the top and the bottom. So if there are bugs on your orchid, or a different disease, we get rid of that too. Leaf cleaning is very important in orchids. If you already grow orchids at home, or if you have newly bought orchids, you need to wipe it with lemon water like this once in every 2 weeks. If you wipe it with lemon water, the orchid one, you get ahead of teen diseases. But definitely don't keep your napkin too juicy. Water should not enter between the body part and the leaves, because if there is too much stuffy environment in your room, and if you wipe it without fully drying, this may cause your orchid to become damp. After thoroughly wiping the leaves, you must also wipe the flower branches. But while wiping, make sure water drops not to touch flowers. Otherwise there will be stains on the flowers, because unfortunately some insects can be in the flower branch of the orchid. We wipe the leaves also to be able to disinfect such insects, like flowery lice or tennis beetles or other insects from the orchid. Third trick is watering orchids. If you bought a new orchid and the roots are green, like this, do not water it again. If you water again, diseases occur in your orchid, because orchids in the markets are watered too much. And when he comes home, when we water again, unfortunately, there may be a fungus problem in our orchid. Look, make sure to wait until the roots of the orchid turn white like this, and the orchid's roots are white like this. You can water your orchid. But if your orchid's roots are green, definitely don't water it. And this irrigation range can be done by looking at the roots of the orchid. Again, this was an important point. Our other important trick is to use cinnamon powder. If you just bought it, I would definitely recommend this to you, because the most common problem in newly bought orchids is fungal disease. How do we understand that, especially if there is blackness? in leaf bottoms and or if the leaves turn yellow. This usually causes a fungal disease, and it is very common in newly purchased orchids. Because of newly purchased orchids, gets too much water when it comes home. These problems happen when we water too. If you pour 1 teaspoon of cinnamon powder to the trunks of the orchid like this, you will also prevent fungal disease as well. This is a very effective method. I recommend you to do it. This way we protect our orchid. Look, you don't need to spill too much. I added only 1 teaspoon of cinnamon powder. The 5th important point is, in our newly purchased orchids, especially in the soil, there might be some insects, snails and lice. To be able to see if there are such insects, you can put an apple slice or a cucumber slice or a potato slice on the soil of the orchid 1 night in advance of 1 apple slice. This way the top pot of the orchid, put it on the ground. In the morning, your orchid, whether there is an insect in the soil of the orchid, you can understand by reversing the apple slice if there is a snail or some insects on it. This shows that there are insects in the soil too. You need to throw this away and do the same thing for 3 nights. Thus you will reduce the insects in the soil of your orchid. When you do it for 3 days in a row, this is another important tip to take care of. Finally, our 6th tip is, what an orchid needs mostly is light. After performing all these operations, your newly bought orchid, to continue its development so that your flowers can bloom, you need to put it by the window with lots of light, or you need to position it in a place close to the window. Never put your orchids like an ornament next to a TV unit, or don't put it on a table without sun. If you put it in a place with lots of light, as you see the buds of our new orchid started to bloom in a week. So the buds didn't fall, because there was plenty of light and with the right care. As you can see, new flowers are starting to bloom too. There is no more yellow bud. I hope all these information will be useful for you. If you liked my video and found it useful, press the like button now. And if you aren't subscribed to my channel, you can subscribe it to support me by making lots of comments. You can also ask questions in the comments section. Goodbye and stay healthy.